What's up, everybody? Today I got an epic video on why you might be getting traffic, but you're not getting sales on Redbubble. So I actually tend to see this a lot. And this happens to me, this happens to everybody probably watching this, where you get a lot of traffic. You might get thousands of visitors, hundreds of visitors, but you're not getting as many sales. You might think, hey, I'm getting 100 visitors to my Redbubble shop, but I'm not getting $100 in sales. What's the deal? What's going on? So the concept of this video, guys, is to provide some sort of contextualization around the no sales concept, but the traffic is coming in. Earlier today, as you guys know, I post 2 videos a day before the end of the year. I posted a video about how to actually get traffic. So now that some of us are getting traffic, I've been getting some comments, not even just today, but days before, where it's like, hey, I'm getting visitors to my shop, but there's no money coming in. What do I do? And so we have to do a lot of assessments. The first type of assessment we have to do is, where is the traffic coming from? Where is it originating from? Or assess traffic origination. Now, the next thing we have to assess is the quantity of the traffic, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the quantity of the traffic real quick. You have to understand that there's a baseline of success on the internet today. When I say baseline, there's a general average of a successful shop today. Believe it or not, successful stores today, on average, we're talking, the top of the success all the way to the bottom of the success. Anybody who's profit positive, who's running a business today, the average conversion rate is 1%. Meaning that 100 people visit a store, 1 person buys, okay? Now, most of the people in the world that live in the world today who own businesses that are successful, like I said, the average is 1%. Now, let's take into consideration everybody. Groups who are not successful and groups who are successful. Do you know what the average conversion rate is? It's going to be drastically low. It's going to be like 0.000001%. The reason why is because the people who are unsuccessful drastically outweigh the people who are successful. In fact, for every 99 businesses that are unsuccessful, there is 1 successful business. And that 1 successful business could range in terms of success, but when we say success, we mean profit positive. It could be $10 profit positive. It could be $1 million profit positive. There's all different kinds of levels to a successful business. So we have to realize that out of the groups who are actually successful, who are actually making money, it's only a 1% conversion rate. So if you're comparing yourself to the average, you have to realize that, if you're getting 100 visitors to your store and you're getting 1 sale for every 100 visitors, well, that 1 sale could equate to, maybe you're selling a sticker where you're getting 50 cents a profit, or maybe 20 cents a profit. Or it could be a duvet cover where you're getting $40 a profit, right? It varies. So the first thing you have to realize is that, maybe the amount of traffic is just simply not enough. If for example, if you're getting 100 visitors, you're going to have a really hard time making any kind of money, right? You might get a sticker sale, you might get a t-shirt sale, but you're only going to walk away with a few dollars. But now, let's look at it, on the opposite spectrum. If you're getting 100,000 visitors a month to your Redbubble store, well, those 100,000 visitors are going to equate to a lot of income because the traffic is a lot. So just as a quick FYI here is that maybe you're just not getting enough traffic, which goes to the quantity of traffic. The next idea is, where is the traffic coming from? This is another thing we have to assess, right? And we actually mentioned this 2 slides ago, which was the traffic origination. Where is the traffic coming from? Something you got to understand is you have to understand the behaviors of the individuals coming from certain, I guess you could say, on-ramps of traffic, okay? So let me explain what I mean by this. If people come from Google, there's 2 different ways that they can come from Google. They can click on ads, or they can come from organic, okay? If they're coming from ads, typically with Redbubble, you get to see the ad visually. You get to see from the Google shopping ad, the picture of the product that they're going to purchase. From a consumer standpoint, that's a much more safe bet on a sale than it is for an organic traffic. Because for organic traffic, they typically have to click the link of the listing. And with the link, you don't get to see what the design actually is. So you don't really know anything about the link, right, if you click on it. So it might be pleasing to you, to the consumer's eye, or it might not, right? And that's why it's kind of more up to like a yes or no. So when you're clicking on ads, for example, as a consumer, conversion rates go up if there is a high click-through rate because, or not, excuse me, not if there's a high click-through rate, but the click-through rate through an ad typically tends to convert on a higher level than the click-through rate on on organic, typically because of the visual aspect when we're specifically talking about Redbubble. Now, this doesn't apply to all ads. If you're talking about Facebook and all this other stuff, that's a whole different world and a whole different conversation. We're just going to keep things simple for now. Another assessment, Instagram traffic. Instagram traffic tends to convert a little bit higher than Pinterest traffic because Instagram traffic is a little bit more visual of a platform, right? Is the traffic coming from Redbubble? Are people just scoping out and seeing different designs? There could be a whole bunch of different situations, guys, of where the traffic is coming from. You have to assess, is this pseudo traffic? Like, for example, I get a lot of traffic sometimes on certain stores that the competitions are, I would say, mid-level competition. And in a mid-level competition where there's something referred to as an uptrend in a certain keyword, there tends to be a lot of people who view your designs because they want to figure out how to make their designs better, right? So when they view your designs, what they're really doing is they're bringing in traffic to your system, to your equation. The problem is that you're looking at the analytics thinking that it might be a regular buyer, but it's not. It's a competitor. So you have to be aware of that as well. Is the traffic from Redbubble a true purchaser, or is it somebody who's not? You can tell through their behaviors through Google Analytics. That's why I always recommend, if you have a Redbubble account, connect it to Google Analytics. There are different guides on this online. You could just literally do a basic Google search. You'll find the information. And connecting it to Google Analytics and becoming a master at understanding Google Analytics is going to help you understand where the trajectory of your business is going. And from there, you can make changes to where the traffic is coming from, okay? Remember that traffic is not always created equal. So if it comes from Google, it's different than Pinterest, Instagram, etc., okay? Now, this is where it comes down to kind of assessing the quality of the traffic. And once again, we've spoken about this, but if you're sending traffic yourself, where's the traffic coming from? For example, I had a question from somebody who said, hey, I spent $150 on Udemy traffic. For those who don't know what Udemy traffic is essentially there are people out there with email lists, okay? And you pay them to access their email list and send an email from there. So this individual paid over $150 to access somebody else's email list and send emails on their behalf. And you know what the email was? It was like, hey, go buy my Redbubble link or whatever. I'm not sure if he worded it exactly like that, but that's kind of the worst decision you can make, is trying to get that fast traffic. In most cases, guys, the faster the traffic, assuming that we're not considering ads here, the faster quote-unquote traffic that you're going to get, the worse it's going to become. If it doesn't include some sort of hard work, some sort of effort, some sort of targeting, some sort of, labor to it, and some sort of real cost, then it's not going to be worth it. That's why I say, look at Instagram. If you're going to be using Instagram, the completely free platform, where you're just going to be using hashtags and hope to God that you're going to reach people, it's going to take you years before you develop an audience. It's going to take you 3-4 years before you get your first 10,000, 20,000 followers. Okay? But if you're using a bot, which does all the lifting for you, then you're going to get, grow faster. And that's just the truth of it. Okay? And like I said, I've proven this time and time again with all the series I've been doing. I've did a 7-day series twice where I took an account, grew it in 7 days. One account grew almost 1,000 followers. Another account grew a little bit more than half of that. And like I said, I've proven that it works. So you have to ask yourself, where's the traffic coming from if you're the person sending the traffic? If you're not the person who's sending the traffic, you got to realize that traffic has different habits from different locations, meaning people on Instagram typically don't purchase as fast as people who click on Google Ads. People who are on Instagram typically click faster and purchase faster than people who are on organic Google. So it's just different habits and different behaviors, and you got to understand that with time, specifically with your designs. Also, the store does make a difference. Now, I personally learned this in my personal businesses, and then when I transferred this over to Redbubble, it became easier to understand as a concept. But recognize that you might be getting traffic, but there might be a few issues, right? It could be even another issue is the quality of your designs. Listen, I could send 1 million. I've used this explanation before, okay? If I have 4 designs on my store, okay, and I send 1 million people to those designs, I'm going to get sales, right? If I let's say I have 1 million designs, but I send 10 people to my store, I'm not going to get that many sales if I do. But if I have good designs and I have millions of traffic or good amount of traffic, I'm going to get a lot of sales. So you have to assess the quality of your designs, right? You want to leave no stone unturned here, guys. Just because you're posting enough on a daily basis doesn't mean that those posts, those designs on Redbubble are worthy to be purchased. Let's be realistic here. We have to make sure that our designs are good looking enough to purchase. Now, I've said this before, but your designs don't have to be amazing, guys. They don't have to be super high quality. They don't have to be 10 out of 10 artist style. They just have to be good enough to be purchased. Okay, that's really it. Like, I've heard somebody in the dating world say this. It's not too attractive, but when a design is literally head and shoulders above the competition, the answer is it's 100% objective. Everybody in the room knows that it's good. Nobody can sit there and say, you know what, it's not really that good. It's kind of, this is another example. It's obvious when there's a star in the room. Listen, when Michael Jordan walks in the room, everybody knows who he is. Everybody can admit that that person is a champion, is amazing, is head and shoulders above the rest. It's the same thing with designs, guys. We humans, we buy with our eyes. We find, we know if something's attractive or not through the way that it looks. And we can all agree on this, right? And so with designs, something as artistic as Redbubble, you want to get sales? The quality of your designs matter. Now, like I said, our goal should be to be a head and shoulders above the rest. Of course, not all of us are going to get there. I might never get there. But what I'm doing is I'm always trying to get better. I'm taking courses. I'm learning different tactics. I'm trying to learn different softwares. I'm learning softwares that can speed up my process. I'm doing everything in my power to increase my design quality so that it doesn't become subjective anymore. It doesn't become, up to the opinions of the masses. But it becomes obvious. It becomes objective that this is 100% the best with no discussion. Not subjective where somebody can give their opinion and say it's good or bad. No, it has to be the absolute best. And I try to get there, but like I said, you don't have to, in order to make money, you don't have to be the best in the room. You don't have to be the best option that everybody can choose from. It just has to be good enough to buy. Okay? And once again, I apologize for that, the marriage example, but for some people, it kind of connects. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, in general, when we talk about all these guys, assessing the quality of the traffic, assessing the quality of the designs, where's the traffic coming from? The traffic origination, right? All of this combines to the final answer, which is why you're not getting sales from your traffic. You could be either A, getting not enough traffic. Maybe your designs are terrible. You get a ton of traffic, but your designs are terrible. Maybe the traffic that you're getting is low quality. You have to figure out what area is holding you back, and then you have to essentially reiterate. You have to go back and fix those issues. So, for example, if you know you're getting traffic and you believe that your designs are unattractive, well, guess what? It's time to go back to the drawing board and learn how to create better designs. If you know that you're getting traffic, but the traffic quality is bad quality, well, then guess what? You have to head back to the drawing board and figure out, okay, how do I drive in high quality traffic? What is it going to take? Do I have to do SEO? Do I have to learn keyword research? Do I have to work on my tagging strategy? What do I have to do, right? So based on the issue that you're seeing, you have to assess the situation to get the outcome that is desired or the desired solution, and you have to iterate. You have to realize that this whole Redbubble game, you don't just win overnight. It takes consistency and it takes a plethora of designs. This is why I tell people, if you're an average designer, right? If your designs are just average, it's going to take you about 20,000 plus or minus 2,000 designs to reach that 36 grand a year in passive income, okay? But if your designs are below average, you're going to have to add at least plus or minus 12,000 designs. Okay, 12,000 designs on top of the 22,000 designs to expect to make 36 grand in passive income if your designs are below average. So you have to ask yourself, are my designs below average? Do I want to shortcut the process? Do I want to make a better, essentially, do I want to make a better outcome for me and work less hard? What's my conversion level at? Why is my conversion rate low? How can I improve it? Things like that. So these are just ways of assessing if the traffic quality is good, where the traffic is coming from, and the quality of the design. They all play a part in the success of your Redbubble store. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video impacted you guys in a positive manner. I know sometimes my videos can be tough, but the reality is the world is tough out there, guys. It's tough out there. And nobody's going to give us handouts, and nobody's going to give us success on a dinner plate. It's just we gotta go out there and hunt. We gotta hunt for the kill, and that's really what it is. And there's gonna be a lot of lost soldiers along the way, but for the people that can persevere and just keep going and keep pushing, success is waiting for them on the other side. So if you want to be that person who is on the other side, you're gonna have to take some losses. You're gonna have to take some sacrifices, but most importantly, you're gonna have to learn where you're going wrong so you can try to improve. All right? And remember, the last thing I got to say is Redbubble is a business. If you want to be an artist, go ahead. But artists, business people succeed on Redbubble. It's a business. So look at everything from a business perspective, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.